So I kind of mentioned last time that we're going to have to read Platinum playthrough. And because of that, we have everything done in one playthrough. It is a huge bummer because one of the abilities that we need for a trophy is locked to the engineer class. This is something that I and redo this portion. So if you guys are watching this for the first time, no big deal. Just feel free to watch the start of this. But if you're, tuning in from last time, well, you might want to skip through this. So yeah, we're gonna make. Also, give me a sec here while I fix the stream. Okay, so once again, we are starting the Platinum playthrough of Mass Effect 1. Now, if you're playing this for the first time, or if you're watching this for the first time, on PS5 anyway, there is a patch, so you can enjoy this game at 60 FPS. It's not quite that smooth if you're playing this off of PS4 Pro, but definitely on a PS5 you'll get the best of both worlds. So let's see. Yeah, so as far as the resolution is concerned, don't worry about this if you're on a PS5. It will bump you up to 4K 60 FPS no matter what. Let's see, I don't think we need to switch this around. Sound. I really wish there was an option for like home theater or something. Controls are fine. Left-handed. Oh, if you want to swap the triggers. Let's see, gameplay is the most important thing. We're going to be running through Insanity on this, so make sure to toggle this all the way over to Insanity and never touch it ever again. We're going to do the majority of the leveling up ourselves. Now, if you want to experience this game as it was when it was first released, switch this over to Classic mode. You'll run through the old structure, the old leveling structure where it was 1 through 60. I vaguely remember that, and it was a huge slog, so I am not going to be doing that. We're going to be playing through the legendary mode. We're going to have our squad use defensive powers. And I think that's about it. So yeah, the trophy I'm really hung up about is going to be, where is it? This one, Neural Shock. So, real unfortunate. This one is locked to the engineer class. Apparently no other class has this ability. And you can't just swap over to a different character to use it. Nobody else has this ability, so go figure. Everything else though, before I move on, everything else can be used by your other character classes. For example, Biotic Lift, Throw, Warp, Singularity, Barrier, Stasis. All of that can be used by, I think, maybe Liara. And then as for the technical abilities, I think Tally has access to most of these. But if you're playing as the engineer, you should be able to use these anyway. That's all well and fine though, because we do get access to hack, which for this game, the majority of the enemies will be Geth, which are sort of like AI robots. So you'll have an easier time dealing with them. Make sure you explore almost all of the dialogue trees. Well, pretty much every dialogue tree, because that's the only way to fill out all the codex entries. And there's one early on with Nihilist that you could potentially miss out on and then have to just play through the entire game and then start a new game plus and then get the entry. All of these are fine. These are just missions that are these are just the required number of missions that we have to complete with certain allies. There's more than enough throughout the game. I think there's like something around 80 missions or so. So 80 missions, you have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 allies. 6 allies, 5 apiece. That's more than enough. That's only about 30 missions. And as far as these are concerned, most of these are going to be story-based. Well, looks good so far. Also, another thing that you might want to work towards, make sure you try to do as many melee attacks as possible. It's going to be pretty difficult early on, but should be manageable by the end of the game. Plus, this is tracked between all of the 3 games, so this should be a whole lot easier to do by Mass Effect 2 and 3, simply because the mechanics are way better for melees. Okay, so new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
So yeah, we are going to have to redo our character all over again. And they put so much time and effort into the male character as opposed to the female character. She looks okay, but during the cutscenes, she looks a little stiff, especially around the eyes. The male one looks marginally better. But we're still running through our female shepherd.
Please log in to access your profile.
Yep, Jane Shepherd.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Okay, so background info. As a spacer, both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations. They transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Pretty standard stuff for a space soldier. But as a colonist, you were born and raised on Mindwar, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindwar, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. A pretty sad backstory. But as an Earthborn, you were an orphan raised on the streets of the great metropolises, seas covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. Each background has its own allocation of either Paragon or Renegade points. Let me have a look. There should be some info, I think, regarding which one does which, as soon as I can find it. Give me a sec here while I find out where the thing is. Okay, so Spacer gets +2 to Paragon. Colonist gets a split. There's an even 1-point distribution between the two. And Renegade +2 goes to Earthborn. That's what we're going to run with.
Confirm psychological profile.
Okay, Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell. And now you are alone. Excuse me. And now you alone are left to tell a tale. This one is a split. The war hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. This is the supposed good character profile. And ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule. Get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. Pretty much the badass role. Up to you whether you want to go with this route, but we are going to go with the Soul Survivor.
Confirm military specialization.
Okay, so this is your character class. For the purposes of this playthrough, we're going to use Engineer. It's the only one that's capable of using the neural whatever ability it was. So let's see. But just to give you guys an overview. Soldiers are combat specialists, ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, starts with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. This class is your standard third-person shooter class. There is very little in the way of abilities, but you do get specialization in all the weapon types. So, pretty much third-person shooter, have at it. Engineer. These are tech specialists. They use the holographic Omni tool. They can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. I think this class is fairly good for the first game anyway, because of the majority of enemy types that you'll be facing off against. It's usually getting, especially when you're facing off against all the enemy geth. Adept. Adepts are biotic specialists, though through upgradable implants they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. This is your Space Mage class. If you're not running Liara throughout the campaign, consider this your next best bet. You get to throw, warp, do all sorts of neat Mass Effect magic stuff. Pretty good class if you're looking to use special abilities. The Infiltrator. They combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. This class is sort of like a combo of the soldier and engineer, but instead of assault rifles, it's mainly focusing on sneaking and sniper rifles. It's very cool. They also get to cloak, so if you like sneaking around the battlefield, maybe consider this one. The Sentinel. They combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. So this class I probably have the least amount of experience with. They're sort of like tanks, but at the same time they're also a jack of all trades class. Not really excelling in anything, but not really bad at anything either, so if that's your thing, if you're looking for a tanky class, maybe consider this one. And the Vanguard. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. This class is very much a combo between the soldier and the adept. They are close range fighters. They get access to shotgun specializations. And in the second and third game, they're very, very good. They got a dash attack that can completely restore their shields. And then if you combine it in Mass Effect 3 with the upgraded Omni Tool melee attack, you get the best of both worlds. You get both a tackle and a melee that replenishes your barrier and your shield, and you're pretty much near unstoppable for a majority of the game. Definitely consider using the Vanguard in Mass Effect 2 and 3. Not so much in Mass Effect 1. They're not nearly going with this one. So if you're looking to do the Platinum run in just one attempt, choose this class.
Confirm facial identification.
Yeah, we're going to be rolling with this face.
Profile reconstruction complete.
So yeah, just to recap, if you guys watched the first attempt at starting this playthrough last time, feel free to skip this video because it's going to pretty much run through everything all over again. So if that's not your thing, yeah, skip the video and then go on to the next one.
Identification confirmed.
We're going to be playing on Insanity, and we are never going to touch this toggle ever again. We're going to do all of the point allocation ourselves. We're going to make this easier on ourselves and keep this on Legendary mode. Classic mode takes forever to level up. We're going to keep the subtitles on. This can stay on, and this can stay on.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of her family.
Doesn't have one. She was raised on the streets, learned to look out for herself.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. The board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emission sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
I'm pretty sure there's some mod out there that switches out Joker's voice for Chris Griffin's voice. Oh man, I need to find that mod. Anyways, this is on PS5 though, so mods are kind of out of the question. Also, just to recap here, top right option is usually Paragon, neutral is middle, and Renegade is bottom right. For this playthrough though, we're just going to run through as Paragon, so we're usually trying to choose top right option whenever possible.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
Okay, so first thing we gotta do, we got 3 points to allocate, and the first thing we want to do, we're gonna put most of it into Charm because this will allow us to complete dialogue options. We'll skip the rest of this for later.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
So if that voice sounds familiar, it's probably because you're guessing right, maybe? I don't know. If you're thinking Family Guy, you're in the right direction. Even Robot Chicken is a good example too. Joker is voiced by Seth Green.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
What to do now?
Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with them.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. Didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
Yeah, so make sure you explore all the dialogue trees to get all of the codex entries.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
So yeah, investigate every single thing to get all of the codex entries. If you're not interested in the game's backstory or, world building elements, feel free to skip all of this.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
What do you know about the stealth?
I just know the Norman... Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
A full crew makes sense. We need the extra hands in case anything goes wrong. And the Spectre's just here as an observer.
Well, maybe you're right, Commander, but I just can't shake this feeling that we're out here on false pretenses.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Nihilus is no ordinary Turian.
You've got that right, Commander. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Presley. It's too bad what happens to you in the later games.
There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy.
Okay, so there isn't anything else to do here but just talk to Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'm not gonna screw this up.
He goes down like a punk.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. They're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
I try not to think about Akuz.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
Why don't we have any of our own?
Spectres usually come.
Hey, Commander. They're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds, just like you on a cruise.
50 Marines died there, Jenkins.
Sorry, Commander. I didn't mean to offend you. I respect what you did there. We all do.
Let's not dwell on the past, Commander. Was there something else you needed?
And Jenkins was all too eager to jump into the fray, and then he went down without even taking a shot.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Too bad he'll never come back from this mission. Oh well, see you later, Jenkins.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
The captain said he'd meet me here.
He's on his way. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down! heavy casualties! I repeat, heavy casualties! We can't get evac! They came out of nowhere! We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker. Fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
Oh God, what happened here?
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
Okay. So let me have a look through our squad points here. We're gonna try to boost up decryption as much as we can. And then let's do Sentinel. And that's gonna be it. We cannot do anything for what's his face? Well, Jenkins. I mean, he's there. Let's do assault training. Or, no, never mind. Let's do assault rifles. And, yeah. Looks good. As far as weapons go, let's make sure all of our allies are using assault rifles, and then we can either stick with a pistol or the Lancer. Doesn't really matter. These things are harmless. I don't know what got him all worked up, but let's see, there should be something over here. Let's grab the upgrade kit. Most times, those item boxes are going to be completely random. Let's see here. Let's keep going this way.
Oh God, what happened here?
Yep, there goes Jenkins. Taken out before he can do anything.
Not now, Commander.
Is there anything else around here? No, not really. Let's go check out Jenkins.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Alright, so somewhere off to the left, there should be some more gear. It's probably not over here, though. Maybe up here? Yeah, so quick tip about Metagel. Use it if you need to heal up.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Alright, so that's a tutorial about leveling up your characters. Let's see. Missing something here. Where are the upgrade boxes? Should have been somewhere around here, but not seeing it. Oh well, it's probably not important. And we can just move on. Just be on the lookout for more enemies. Nothing here. Is there anything over here? No, not really. But there are more drones over here. Any more drones? Yeah, so keep an eye on your minimap. There's one. Where's the other one? There it is. That takes care of them. There it is. It's more Metagel. Let's see, there should be some goodies somewhere around here. Or maybe it's the only thing. The only crate was that over there. Not really seeing anything. Yeah, that might have been the only upgrade box here. Which is fine. As long as we're not missing anything. Just gonna double check everything really quickly and then we'll just move on. Alright, so time for the first real firefight. Or you know what, we can just use a sniper rifle. And he's down. Gonna have another quick look around. The placement of the item boxes are not random, but whatever's inside them definitely are. Let's go talk to Ashley. Actually, no, hold on. We're gonna ignore her for just a
Gunnery
moment.
Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Never mind, I guess we can't ignore her.
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Tell me everything you know about
They were doing some digging out here to extend... Suddenly, I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out!
Okay, so Let's see, Ashley, what are we to do with you? We're going to take assault rifles. Combat armor is another thing to watch out for. But we want her damage as high as possible. Okay, so time for items.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Let's take everything. Okay, so equipment. Not really a big fan of how the inventory system is set up in this game. Let's see, do we have anything else? No. Okay, so let's see upgrades. Let's take this. And then this one we can give to our allies. Let's see. Ashley, we're going to give you these right over here. And that should be fine. Alright, weapons are already set up, so no need to worry about that. Let's move on. Not a huge fan of the cover system in this game. It is very clunky. There you go, that takes him out. The Avenger is super strong in this game. One shot is nearly enough to pretty much wipe them all out. Come on. Pop out for us, please. Guess that's a no. In which case, that didn't work. I'll come down. Let's see. Use sabotage on this guy. And there you go. Down. Okay, so now we have 6 points. 6 points to use. We don't need Intimidate. Engineer. Might as well do all of this. Whereas with this, this increases our shield capacity. Hacking, of course. Let's see, Caden. Since Caden already has most of decryption unlocked, let's put that up and then let us do this. And then Ashley, she can do either assault training or... Actually, no, this is much better. That's good. And then as for our own character, we're going to want electronics. And now we can unlock damping. This is pretty good, but we're going to wait on that. Let's do this one here. Okay, that looks good. Let's see. I'm trying to look at this guide and see if there's any treasure or any gear that we are supposed to be picking up.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okay, so we're supposed to go to the camp.
There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Sweet. More stuff. Let's take everything there. And now... new gear. The Banshee, well... this thing is much better for AI characters. They don't seem to be too bothered about the accuracy rating. The Edge, we're gonna take this one. The Reaper sniper rifle. I'm gonna test this one out, see if it's any good. Yeah, so the Banshee is gonna go to Ashley. Looks good. Okay, so let's try this out, the Reaper. Looks good to me.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Alright, so these things are mildly annoying. They're not that strong though. Just use your abilities. And they go down just like that. Open up this. Some new armor. What is this? That's not good. This is only for the Turian class. I thought we picked something else up. Maybe I'm seeing things. Nah, that was the Edge one. Let's pick those up. I think we got a new sniper rifle. Mildly useful. And also the hurricane. Let's put that on. I think I prefer the single shot. But I mean, it says that it does more damage. More DPS, so maybe? Who knows?
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Yeah, so decryption. This is essentially just Simon Says.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers. Bringers of darkness. Heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil. Awakened the beast. Unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Poor Manuel.
Yes? Is there something you need?
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel, I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
Oh, wow. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
It was only a matter of time till he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
We better get moving.
Good luck, Commander.
Man, that was truly evil. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. Being an asshole in this game is more comical than actually, you know, badass. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next area.
Saren. Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Well, that ain't good. Well, there that thing goes. Let's take out the I think that's it. Okay, so make sure they don't surprise us. Also, circle is for melee. I think we'll try to melee. Ah, never mind. Can't melee them when they're already down on the ground. Let's take these. And let me see. Okay, so before heading down there, we can check out this area over here.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You're breaking the law, Cole.
We're not hurting anybody. Hell, most of the time I don't even know what's in the packages. Just thought there might be something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
So if you upgraded your charm ability like I did beforehand, you can get access to this. If not, well, you can't really do much. But if you have this open to toggle, you will get some extra goodies.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport, if he's still alive.
And I think that's about it.
I have to go.
Good luck.
Yeah, so new stuff. Let's take this all. Let's see, the Stinger 2. We'll take this pistol. And... oh. Let's take this. So inside here, what is available? Just some neat stuff. Let's take all this. Armor, armor, armor. Nothing great that I'm seeing. Oh well. How about Caden? There's nothing really that he can use either. Except for maybe the Banshee. Let's equip that, and then we can give him the Edge 2. And this biotic amp is no good. Now there should be something up to the north. Maybe not. Based on this guy, there should be some sort of inlet to the north, but I'm not seeing anything unless it's talking about this little doohickey. Yeah, I think it's maybe just this thing. Unless, of course, it's somewhere over on this end. Yeah, nothing really. There's nothing over here either. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's go check over on the other side. Maybe over here. Also, don't step into fire. It will hurt you for some strange reason. Well, maybe not so strange. Fire hurts.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Let's see, before checking on him though. Grab this here. And I think that's it. Increasing weapons force. Let's put that on. Hold on. Put that there, and then where's the sniper rifle? Let's put that on, and then where's Ashley? She already has anti-personnel weapon rounds, so where's Caden? There you go, that should be better. Nothing to check here, so Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
You know, sometimes that's all it takes.
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch! We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Forget about him. He's not worth it.
You're lucky the commander's here, pal. Hand over those grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
Oh, hello. That's something I don't remember being part of this.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute the ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform.
Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
Dang it. I should have chose that Paragon option.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Hold on. Dang it. Ah, man. Is it impossible to get back to that thing? Yeah, it's impossible. Dang it. Oh, that stinks. I really wanted to take that Paragon thing, but I was afraid it would have canceled out the whole dialogue tree. That's super lame. I really hate it when they when games offer like an extra dialogue option, and then if you don't take it, you miss out on it forever. And now we can't just rewind back and get it anymore. That really stinks. Oh, not my noise. Yeah, and there isn't any way for us to get back to that because of the whole autosave thing. Oh well. It's not a huge deal, but that was such a missed opportunity. Oh well. I'm sure it's not gonna affect the trophy or anything. It was just an extra piece of dialogue. So, lesson learned. Next time, whenever we're playing through this, always make sure to check out the extra dialogue options. Hold on. Let me see. There's just something... Yeah, there isn't anything else that we have to check out here. So, as long as this maniac is running straight towards us... Ah, that missed. What the heck? Dang. That was really dumb.
Metagel deployed.
Just a scratch.
I'm gonna see if I can reload this and redo that portion. That thing just like ran straight down towards us. So nothing we can get here. Make sure to use your abilities whenever you have the chance, because we need to use these as often as possible. Simply because if we want to unlock the trophy, it requires us to use certain abilities a couple of times here and there. Can I duck down? That isn't working. And our accuracy is truly terrible. That takes care of that. Let's see, is there anything over here that we can open up? No. Can we not destroy that thing? Guess not. Our accuracy is atrocious. And somehow Caden is already down. Come on. There we go. There are two right over here. I guess we'll just get... Nah, Caden, you're too far away. Come on, pop out. This game is very, it's very lacking in the combat department. There we go. So get over here, Caden. I don't know why we even take him along for anyway. He's damn near as useless as what's his face. Jenkins, there we go. Now we gotta use Metagel to heal him up.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Okay, so this section's always been kind of tricky. We need to disarm these.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Yeah, so disarm the demolition charges while staying alive. Easier said than done. If only this assault rifle were near... If only it wasn't nearly so useless. Great, where these guys come from? Watch out for the sniper, though. Of course, Keaton isn't really planning on avoiding the sniper. We should really get out of the way. Okay, so with that... I know I threw a grenade over there, but that took forever to actually do anything. Okay, so last bomb. Get out of the way, Jenkins or Caden. Yeah, so that's over with. Let's go over here and check to see if we missed out on any items. Not seeing anything. Yeah, no items. Let's move this way and let's take care of the rest. Also, is there anything down here? Let me have a quick look. Not really. There's nothing else here. Actually, where's that crate? Oh, it's right over there. It's on the other side. Take all of that. And let's eliminate these. Whoops. And that is it. All the enemies are defeated. grab all the stuff here. And I think there are a couple caches around over here. Nothing super useful though. Are we done here? No, not yet. Let's grab that, and I didn't have a look on the second floor yet though, but let's be sure there's nothing left here. If you were to jump straight to the beacon, you would miss out on all of these goodies. Well, we're done here. Well, almost. I think that's it. Let's crack this open.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request
amazing.
immediate
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
No, don't touch it. It's too
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Yeah, so the boring portion of this playthrough, we have to sit through all this dialogue once more. But if you're not interested in that, feel free to skip ahead or move on to the next video.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Not really. Jenkins only showed up for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes even.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. It doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck.
It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I never met my parents. If they wanted to see me, they'd have contacted me after that mess a few years back.
Oh, that's right, a cruise. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander. Joker's waiting for you on the bridge.
Okay, so we gotta find and speak to everybody.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Why? You hardly even knew him.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
Plus, he never even met the man.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out... And you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
We're gonna try to get as many Paragon points as possible.
Joker's waiting for you on the bridge, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
I know that feeling all too well.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
And these two we never get to meet. Oh well. Let's check out the rest of the ship.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Aye aye, Captain. Well, this is just a medical bay, but we always want to be on the lookout for any little markers that we can add to the codex. Don't see anything here, though. Let's head downstairs really quickly, and then we'll head back up. Yeah, so this is where we go to outfit everyone and also to change up our gear.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander. Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
It seems like everyone here loved Jenkins, and I'm the only one that couldn't care less. Yeah, so we can change our gear here and also purchase new things. Real handy. Also, I hope you enjoy this thing because we're going to be seeing it quite a lot.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Currently, we don't have a whole lot of money on hand. But let's take the unique items at least. This game is really strange. There's nothing really that's super missable. You can pretty much get everything if you're rich enough.
Looking for supplies?
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how... And anytime we land... Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, check back often. I need to move items quickly.
Not right now.
Problem.
Okay, let's skip through that. I guess we can head to the second floor. Oh, before we head over there, though. Oh, wait. Hold on. We've been here before. Let's move up. So let's pick up that little codex entry.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough.
Pick up that one. And I think that's about it. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Joker and move on with the story. Funny how he's the only person up here in the cockpit.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Okay, time to explore around. I realize this is not everyone's favorite portion of the game, but Come to think of it, a lot of people like this area just for the world building. So, Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Rho cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? That's going to be a side mission that we'll want to do. For now, let's go ahead and explore, talk to everyone and everything.
This is serious. My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed that confidence. All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash. Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Strained greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Good luck with your problem.
Thanks to you, human. Good day. Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the L-Corps groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
These guys remind me of space-age dwarves.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the L-Corps.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus, when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the L-Corps or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the EarthClans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, EarthClan.
Sweet. So we leveled up. Let's see here. 6 points. What are we to do? We don't get access to this yet. So let's do this. This here. And we're going to do this one. Looks fine to me. And then over here with Caden, let's push this up. And we need to have him get a little bit tankier because he's actually really terrible. And Ashley can just use this. Alrighty. That looks good to me. Hold on, let me pull up my guide and then we'll get moving. Anyways, we can move on from this area. Definitely don't want to pull out our guns.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day. Is there something else I can help you with, Commander?
What is this place?
If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's your name?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
I thought that was an extra dialogue tree that we could have accessed, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so we'll go over there in just a moment.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Sweet, more XP.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Don't you just love it here? There's so much to see and do.
Alright, so what else is there? Before we talk with him, though, let's decrypt this. If only real-life decryption was this easy. So, diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Ada cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. That's another side mission.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
I get the feeling you're not too
No,
fond of...
If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres? They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
But not all Spectres are like Saren.
True. But the potential is always there.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
He seems like a surly dude.
Don't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her secrets.
Of course she wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. She's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
Shut up, Fredericks.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is. Commander, good to see you again.
That guy's too uptight. Let's see here.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Who else can we press for more information? You can't do anything with that thing.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies. Not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
What is Shaira's?
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
You know, for a bartender, he doesn't really have much useful information.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
Okay, so I think we've explored almost everything here. Let's go ahead and move on over here.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide. Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Solarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints in writing to the Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Hey, what's up, Seth? Thanks for dropping by. It's not really that crazy, to be honest, because I've platinumed this game once already. That was about maybe, 9 years ago? So I platinumed this when it was on the PS3. And I think sometime around 2010 or 11 I platinumed Mass Effect 2, and definitely right after launch I platinumed Mass Effect 3, so yeah. These games I've had plenty of experience playing.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
Not really. I mean, I played this back when it was like less than 30 FPS on the PS3, so it was pretty crappy, but at the same time, I just really loved the game. There are like other games that I platinumed before that are much more difficult. Things like Call of Duty 4, the remastered version. That one was absolutely nightmarish, but I managed to get the platinum for that one. Definitely one of the worst platinums I've ever had to do.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
But if you want to have a look through my history of like games that I played before, feel free to go over. Oh, really? Yeah, there's a lot to this game, but I just really love this series, though, warts and all. That's why I figured, you know what, I'll have a playthrough of this all over again.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community.
I completely forgot whether I went through this dialogue tree or not.
Species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
Sometimes I don't really pay attention and I'm just like browsing stuff on the iPad.
To information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
Probably the worst part about doing this platinum is exploring all of the dialogue trees, trying to get all the codex entries. There's a lot of pointless information that you really have to listen to. When really, I just want to get through and just like start playing through the more action bits. Let's see, we gotta look around, make sure we get all of the dialogue out of the way. But for me, it's fun to revisit this game. I have not experienced a Mass Effect series since about 2014. Man, it's been years ago. Almost 10 years. So pretty much most of this feels fresh to me. And also considering I did not play through the game as the female Shepard. I played through the first time with the male Shepard. Oh really, what's going on there?
Welcome, I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
4 hours,
Can I just
geez.
go in? I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Commander Shepard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in, 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is
Oh,
there
okay.
anything else?
I see. Well, that's cool.
What do you do here, Naylina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes.
Yeah, I understand the
Many
save
of the
data.
people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with
Though if you have
conversation.
PlayStation Plus, I think
As much as
you can
possible, we
use
seek to
the
match the needs of our
cloud
clients to the
data
skills of our
backup.
acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
Yeah, I'd be very, very miffed as well.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
But thankfully, since I also subscribe to PlayStation Plus, that allows you to have the cloud data backup too.
What do you do here, Naylina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
I'd have to get back to you on that. I don't know exactly how much because it only lets you store your save data. Everything else, stuff like, updates, like game files, those don't really get saved, but your save data, every save file you've ever had, you can pretty much back up.
What exactly do you attend to?
Each as much. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
Then again, if I remember correctly, I mean, even despite the number of games and data that I have, I don't think it actually goes up to 2 terabytes. Yeah, there's always that concern too if your account gets banned, but you'd have to do something extraordinarily crooked in order to get banned, I think. Because I've had my account since 2008-ish or so. And I've had tons and tons of money spent on this account too. But I always take care to, provide very good passwords and two-factor authentication as well.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Oh yeah, then you wouldn't have to worry too much about it.
What is the consort? What does she do?
Most of the time, our clients won't realize...
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nelina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress.
Something about the textures on her seem off.
It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Anyways, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my profile, and if you want to have a look through all of the various games I've ever played in the past, well, here you go. There you go. This list should provide a very valid overview of everything I've played up until now. It's a ton of games, really.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
Okay, so we just gotta talk to her and then we'll keep moving.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our citadel.
What exactly do you do?
That depends on your needs. I offer advice to some, comfort to others. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me. Please, Commander. I ask that you return to me only after you have spoken with Septimus.
Well then. Nothing to do here, so let's go and... let's go ahead and speak with all of the other various characters on the Presidium.
I'd spend all day here if I could.
An hour here is better than a year on leave.
few are ever asked to aid Shaira. It's quite an honor.
What do you know about the General?
He's been seeing the consort for longer than I can remember. Then one day, he stormed out of here furious. He hasn't been back since. He was always very respectful to the acolytes, very noble.
I think I'm done here.
Of course. Come back anytime.
Okay. This area's done and over with. If it weren't for all these codex entries, we'd probably just skip straight through to the next chapter, but this we have to do.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
You know, funny enough, the first game isn't really a shooter. Even though it does seem like it.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions. Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Sounds like they got what they deserved.
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
Oh yeah, the RPG elements are very heavy. At least early on they are. The series only turns into a shooter, I think, right around the second or third game. But the combat feels way better in those games overall. The combat in this one, not so much.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
I'm gonna make sure I confirm this one.
Why did the Council fight so hard?
Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate, and
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
Yeah, I gotta get all these codex entries. If you ever do consider playing the game, at least consider playing Mass Effect 2. That is the best one of the three. We don't really talk about the fourth one.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Okay, so I don't think we really need these upgrades. Yeah. What's most disappointing about this game is the inventory system. There's nothing really exclusive that you really would miss out.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
I mean, most of the best weapons and equipment is only blocked off by the fact that you need exorbitant amounts of money. There's nothing like locked behind some secret side quest or anything like that.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so.
And even if you were to go for the best weapons and gear, you need to get into New Game Plus in order to get all of that. Don't need any of this.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh,
Don't really need to look at these firearms, but we do need the license. We'll pick up weapons and armor later.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so.
Wait, hold on. I already looked at everything. Okay. Also, notice how these weapons have an indicator to the right. Like, for example, this says Explorer 2, Phoenix 2, Phoenix 2, Thermal Armor 2. Well, this goes all the way up until 10. And the only thing that really differentiates these and prevents you from unlocking the higher tier ones is basically your progress through the game and your level. That's really all it is.
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
I think I'll be going.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments regularly.
Of all the aliens in this game, this one's the weirdest. The others are just neat. Even the Elcor. But that one surely is strange. Okay, so shoot. Is there anything that we can open up here? No, not really. So I don't know if we got everything here. I'm pretty sure there's something that I'm missing, but let's just double check. There's so many missable codex entries. It's insane, really. And so much lore dump. I suppose, though, if you're a fan of, say, Star Trek, this is par for the course. But to be honest, I was never much of a Trekkie. I was more of a fan of Star Wars.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find down in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I like how those Volus are a combination of dwarves and Darth Vader. Let's see. We'll swing around over to the other side. Is there anything we can do about this? No, not really.
Look at that bug thing over there. What's it doing?
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the Keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see Keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The Keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
I like how the Keepers are just silent worker bees, and you don't really think much of them until the end of the game.
Tell me more about the Relay Monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
Also, pay attention to the Relay Monument. That's gonna come back into the forefront later on, at the end.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
I'd like to hear more about the council chambers.
The business of the Council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The Council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
What if someone has business with the council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors. Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers. In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
The Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the Council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
So much info. This lore dump is very overwhelming. But I think we're about done here. Let me just make sure we've covered everything and then we can get going. Don't really want to miss out on any extra XP. Where does this lead to? The wards. Of which we cannot travel to yet. We gotta finish our investigations before we can go down there. This first game is very, very good for establishing base storylines, but everything really ramps up in the second game. The third one doesn't really resolve anything to any satisfactory extent, but, well, can't really expect much when the first two games establish so much. Also, look at the graphical glitch here. Still, for a 2021 game that remastered what was basically an Xbox 360 game, this doesn't look half bad. Are we done here though? Yeah, I think we are done. I'm not seeing anything else. So let's go ahead and head up to the council chambers. Fairly sure we didn't miss anything. Cross our fingers anyway. Alright, so once you've done everything you can possibly do here, head up to the Citadel Tower.
The Council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Also, I like how there's an option to skip the elevator ride. Back in the old days, the elevator rides were used to mask the loading screens.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vakarian. I was the officer in charge of the C-Sec investigation into Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
You know, everybody seems to love Garrus, but sometimes I forget he was just a security guard. He was just a rent-a-cop. Anywho, I don't see anything else here. Let's make sure we don't have any missable dialogue here.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Commander?
Seems like we could probably speak to him, but there's nothing going on with him.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
Normally I'd sprint through this, but I really don't like the camera when it shifts when sprinting. There's a weird change where, I don't know, it just gives me motion sickness. Yeah, so with the camera bobbing up and down like that, that is the worst feeling ever. But when moving at a steady gait like this, it's not too bad.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars. It causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions. But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Sometimes 1,000 people must die so 1,000,000 can live.
But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests, too.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings. Protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
If only that were so simple.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the council.
He's just frustrated. They want us... Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to... He may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation. But with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Tell me about Bar Lavan.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the Ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Okay, time to start investigating. So this is the last time... This is the spot where I ended up leaving the playthrough the last time around, the last play session. So I think we'll go just a bit further along here. Maybe another half hour and then I'll take a break. So we gotta follow up on some leads. Let's head downstairs first.
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they'd take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug
Okay, so we got a couple options here, but first let's go check out Bar Levon. He's that same Volus that we encountered earlier. Okay, so his office is coming up right over here. If you don't feel like doing this, you could always go down to Korra's den and look for Garrus, but this is option 1.
Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
I heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
That's what happens when you deal with a traitor like Saren.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price. Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the Academy.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Okay, so I guess we should probably head over to C-Sec and find out where that Krogan is. We can leave Garrus for a second and make the Krogan their priority. Let's take the rapid transit. There we go. Fast travel isn't so bad. It's definitely not fast though, but better than nothing.
Shepard, what can I do for you now?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
So where is C-Sec Academy? Probably not over on this side. Huh, yeah, this isn't it. Maybe it's downstairs? Hold on. We're not looking to go to Cora's dens just at the moment, but yeah, weird. Is there any way we can have a look at the map? Okay, so you know, oddly enough, I thought we were already at the C-Sec HQ. You know what, if it isn't here, we'll go over to the underground portion first.
Yes, Commander. Is there something you need?
Tell me more about the
He's
Shadow.
unnecessary. Oh, he's not a threat to anyone, not directly.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need.
Nope, that isn't it. By the way, where's Udina? Not here, I guess. This isn't it. So I guess we'll just go down to the wards. Could have sworn. Where's that's C-Sec HQ? Let's see. You know what? I think we'll pick it back up at another time because I'm gonna take a break. Probably grab some food, have dinner. Well, we'll just save it right about here. So yeah. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like the video. Drop a comment down in the section below. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys big fans of this game series? Which one is your favorite most of all? Definitely let me know. And make sure to share the video out wherever you guys can. Subscribe if you guys want to see more of this playthrough in the future. And also hit up the playlist to check out all of our previous play sessions. Currently it's kind of bare on the playlist anyway. We're still trying to get this playthrough up and running. But we'll get to that in maybe a little while later. If you guys are over on Twitter, follow us at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world, as well as the odd giveaway we run from time to time. I am currently trying to grab a number of Lechonk Pokemon codes from GameStop. We'll probably try to do some giveaways for that sometime soon. But if you haven't gone to GameStop already to pick up a Pokemon distribution code, make sure to do that before the period ends or while supplies still last. And also, if you're lucky enough to go to an available GameStop, in addition to the distribution codes, they're also giving away Lechonk Pokemon trading card as well. So if you guys are interested, have a look through over at GameStop and maybe, pick one up. If you would like to financially support the channel, you can do so by donating at paypal.me/LunarlightGames. You can find the links down in the description below. But if you don't have $1 to contribute, don't worry about it. Feel free to continue viewing our videos. That will help us out just as much. And follow us over at twitch.tv/LunarlightGames. That is currently our backup channel in case this ever gets wiped out or anything terrible happens. And also hit the notification bell across all of our platforms to get updates as soon as they're made available. That is going to be it for now, but we will return with some other game I'm trying to start up. I have a number of games that I want to try playing, but that is all in due time. Stick around on the channel to find out what those games are. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. Hope you guys are doing well tonight, and I hope you guys will tune in next time. See you later, and take care.